Ever wonder why you feel tipsy after a few beers, or why disinfectants are so effective in killing all those nasty bacteria? Well, it's because of our friend ethanol. Without ethanol, we might have all sorts of nasty infections and might never get to see our drunken friend impress a crowd at a music festival. It's because of this that ethanol is a common part of my and many other people's lives. It may be encountered in a medical setting or simply at the local pub on a Sunday afternoon. But how can ethanol be a part of all this, you ask? How about we start from the bottom to get a better understanding of it? Ethanol, or ethyl alcohol, is part of a class of compounds called alcohols. Alcohols have certain arrangements of carbon, oxygen and hydrogen atoms, which are held together by covalent bonds. Ethanol contains 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, which equates to a molecular formula of C2H6O. Its chemical formula, on the other hand, is CH3CH2OH. To explain this more technically, one end of the molecule contains a methyl group attached to a methylene group, which together form an ethyl group, common to most alcohols. The other end contains a hydroxyl group, making this certain type of alcohol ethanol. Because of this combination, ethanol is ideal to use against the treatment of bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that cell membrane is formed by a phospholipid bilayer. These phospholipids contain hydrophilic phosphate heads which face towards the outside of the membrane and hydrophobic tails which face towards the inside of the membrane. This creates a semi-permeable formation. As seen in this video, ethanol denatures the lipid bilayer by interacting with atoms of the phospholipid. The hydroxyl end of the ethanol bonds to the phosphate heads and then allows the ethyl end to form bonds with the hydrocarbon tails of the phospholipids. This effectively causes the membrane to dissolve and kills the cell. Ethanol's ability to bond to water molecules means that it is easily pumped around the body in the bloodstream. The covalent bonding of the oxygen and hydrogen atoms on the hydroxyl end of the ethanol causes a positive charge in the hydrogen atom and a negative charge in the oxygen atom. Because of these charges, hydrogen bonding can occur between the hydroxyl group and water molecules. This makes it water soluble and easily absorbed into the capillaries, meaning it can be eventually pumped towards the brain. Once in the brain, ethanol easily binds to receptors and stimulates and/or suppresses a number of neurons, which then increases or decreases the release of neurotransmitters. GABA is one of the neurotransmitters that's releases increase. It causes reduced energy levels and calms everything down. This is the cause behind alcohol's effect of making people more laid back. Another neurotransmitter ethanol affects is glutamate. Ethanol suppresses the release of glutamate, which controls brain activity. Therefore, excessive consumption of alcohol can have adverse effects on our motor control. So now you have a better understanding of how ethanol is important for not only myself but also for you too. Ethanol is vital for hygienic medical treatment, maintaining general cleanliness, and maybe even helps you be calm enough to get that girl's number at the bar.